were only meant to be. Around for a little while, so next time.
Welcome back to the Undeserving Podcast, where two guys get together, talk about theology, games, all kinds of stuff. I'm Brian. And Josh, we're introing.
What?
We're introing, my guy.
Hold on a second, Shiny.
Josh, you can pause the game, my guy.
Shiny.
Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, Josh is playing the new Legends Arceus. How's the game going, Josh? Josh? I'm assuming you caught it.
Yes. Hold on, let me save my progress here.
You can't save in that game.
Yes, you can.
Oh, I didn't know you could.
What do you mean you did?
Like autosaves.
Yeah, and also, you can also... Have you seriously not been saving your game?
No, it autosaves.
I'll show you how to save.
Anyway.
Okay, there, I saved my game. So, in case you guys haven't guessed, we're talking Pokemon Legends Arceus today. So,
I didn't know you could manually save your game.
Alright, so first big feature, you can manually save the game.
It also autosaves.
It also autosaves, so, yeah. Big points from Nintendo. Alright, so, Woody. Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's been kind of teased for a few months. It came out tail end of January. Let's kind of dialogue. Just like what is it? Why is it such a big deal? Why is it different from other Pokemon games?
Well, I think the big deal was people were really getting tired of like the same formula over and over again. You start off, you choose one of 3 starters, you go and fight 8 gyms, get to the Elite Four, but like it's still turn-based. Like you just like select a move and it attacks. But like they really changed up the gameplay this time around.
Yeah. So for those of you who haven't played Pokemon before, for the past 30
like
years.
98,
Yeah, 30 years, it's pretty much been the same formula over and over. So like what he said, you start with one of 3 Pokemon, you go out, you fight other gym trainers, and then you fight 8 really powerful leaders who have gyms, and then you face off against people to make it to the championship, basically, while collecting more Pokemon and, trying to prove yourself as the best. And it's basically been this way since the beginning, with very, very minimal changes to the formula. There have been some spin-off games, but none of them have ever really gotten as much attention, I think, as Pokemon Legends Arceus have. Some other examples of ones that changed up the formula were like games like Pokemon Ranger. That was one.
I like that game.
Dude, Pokemon Ranger was awesome.
A lot of people really didn't like that game, though.
I don't see why. Or like the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games.
Those are fun.
Dude, I think the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games were the best games out of all the Pokemon games.
They were good games.
I actually still have my copy of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky.
Nice.
For my DS.
You still have the one for the Switch, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still playing through that as well.
You'll have to let me borrow that sometime.
I am Cubone.
Nice.
Yeah. So what makes Legends Arceus different is it's more open world. It's a lot of people are basically saying it's like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but with Pokemon. Would you agree with that, Woody?
No.
No?
I don't think it's like Breath of the Wild at all.
Yeah, no. It's got some similarities.
I would say, honestly, it's more similar to Monster Hunter.
Okay. I haven't played a lot of Monster Hunter, so what are you seeing that makes you say it's a lot like a Monster Hunter game, other than the little monsters?
And I think people were expecting a Breath of the Wild game, but like the thing is about Breath of the Wild is just like it's this vast open world,
right,
where you can pretty much go anywhere and do anything at any time. That's not really how this game works.
Right.
It is open world, but how it's similar to Monster Hunter is that in Monster Hunter, you basically would start out at a camp and then you'd be like given these quests to like get these, like slay these certain monsters or like get these certain things in the wild and stuff, and then you would like go out in a quest. You would go out in like a I forget what they were called, but like
almost like a research task or something,
right? Like research tasks, and then it would be like you go out basically like an adventure for a day, and then you would go out for a day and like try to get as many done as you can, and then come back and then like get your rewards and stuff.
Gotcha.
But there was like specific like areas you could go to to do like only certain tasks be completed in certain areas. So like every day you can only go to like one area. So like that's kind of how this game is. It's like it's like measured in biomes, whereas like you're given these tasks, and like you have a main mission, you have side missions, but like you have to go out and do a certain biome and complete missions.
Gotcha.
And like catch the Pokemon you need and stuff like that, and get like certain items and come back to
Get your rank
the
up.
main area. Right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I see it. Yeah, but this is a huge switch up from the formula. Some people have liked it. Other people have not liked it so far. How are you liking it so far?
I think it's great. I think honestly, like as much as I enjoyed the nostalgia of the Diamond and Pearl remake that just came out, like I gotta admit, like I was pretty tired of the standard formula. So it felt like even though seeing the new Pokemon and the new regions cool and stuff, it's just like I just was honestly very tired of the same repetitive gameplay.
Yeah.
So it was very nice to see an actual like big shift to gameplay. And I think you see that in the game. It definitely does not play like the other games at all.
Yeah, no. I think it's really refreshing. Actually, it's not just your standard walk around, get seen by another trainer. Now you have to battle them in turn-based battle.
Right.
There's a lot of strategy involved. There's really not that many trainer battles. Trainer battles seem to be really rare, which is fun. Most of your fights are against wild Pokemon. And the fun mechanic, I think, or at least I think it's fun that they've added, is now wild Pokemon can actually hurt you. It's not been done in past Pokemon games, so now they can hurt you. And if you take too much damage, you black out.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's more realistic. That's never been done in any other Pokemon game before, or at least none that I'm aware of.
Yeah, and you can catch Pokemon without battling them too.
Yeah, you can sneak up on them and throw a Pokeball at them, and just wham, bam.
Yeah.
Didn't even see it coming.
Yeah, I think I really enjoy that aspect of it because it feels like the right next step that Pokemon should take.
Right.
I think what's cool, and like I think I was kind of talking to you about this before, Josh, but like I think my idea of Pokemon was like, all right, like I think they need to get rid of like the turn-based aspect completely. Right. And mine was like, I think they could do it where you have Pokemon and you obviously send them out, but like you're in full control of that Pokemon. You can like dodge, all that kind of stuff. Kind of like a Final Fantasy kind of aspect, like how 15 was. It's like it was still like there's still strategy to it,
right? But
like you can control like what moves you use and stuff like that,
right?
So I was like kind of thinking something more like that. But I do like what they did with this one, where like they kept some of the turn-based aspect into it, but it's like it's not just your turn, enemy's turn, your turn, enemy's turn.
Right.
Like you can, like depending on your stats, like an enemy might go first. You can do different variations of attacks. Oh, the big thing that I love is that you're not limited to 4 moves in this game.
That is a great improvement. So for anybody who didn't play the Pokemon games before, your Pokemon could only know 4 moves at a time, and if you wanted them to relearn any old moves or learn a new move, you had to go find a specific person who was usually only found in one person throughout the entire game. So you had to trek all the way back there. And then you had to forget a move, and then your Pokemon, if you wanted to relearn a move, once again, you'd have to trek all the way back there. The nice thing is, your Pokemon can still only know or have 4 moves, like, equipped at a time, but your Pokemon now knows more moves than that when they have that many available, and you can switch their movesets on the fly, as long as it's not in battle. So, for example, I have a Snorlax. Now, my Snorlax can only have 4 moves equipped on him at a time, but he has a total list of, I think it's like 12 moves right now. So I can swap out any of these moves at any time I want. But I think right now I have it with like Body Slam and the elemental punches, because why not?
Yeah. I will say there are things about this game that are definitely might be a little more controversial, and I think even some negative aspects about it too. I think I'll start with the more controversial one too, is the fact that it does seem like it's a bit grind heavy in the beginning.
Yeah. I know we have talked about that a little bit. I've
the-
mentioned that my
yeah.
Pokemon seem really frail.
Yeah, the grind is fun though. Like I enjoy the grind, but like this game is like it's tough. Like it's tougher than other Pokemon games. Like I feel like you said, like my Pokemon die like so easily. And
Yeah, getting your Pokemon knocked out in one hit from even a lower level Pokemon is not uncommon.
Right. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, whoa, what's going on here? But like, you know, I think that it's nice. Like the challenge is nice. I think maybe depending on the type of person you might be, that might be a
Right.
like, kind of thing for you. But like I said, the grind is fun. I enjoy the grind. You gain experience by catching Pokemon, so that's cool.
And all of your Pokemon gain experience whenever you catch a Pokemon or whenever you defeat a Pokemon in battle, so long
Right.
as they're not unconscious.
Right. I think.
I know some people don't like that though.
I think, and maybe this changes in the game somewhere, but like one thing that kind of is a little bit annoying is like when you're out in the wild, it's like you can't switch your Pokemon.
Oh, you can.
You can, like with ones that you've already caught, like that aren't at your party.
Oh, you mean while you're like out in the field?
Right.
You can do it at base camps. I know.
Okay. Well, that makes it a little bit easier, but I think like that can kind of get like a little bit frustrating.
Yeah.
Especially if like you're trying to like level up like multiple at a time.
Right.
But minor complaint. I think the big one we got to talk about though, those visuals, man.
The visuals are beautiful.
I think some of them are. I think there's like I've noticed, and I think this has been the biggest complaint. Some of the rendering is not great at times, and I understand it's because of like the 1080p, like the Nintendo console's limited. But I don't know, like sometimes like I'll look at grass and it's just moving wrong. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it'll be all choppy and it's just like it's not a deal breaker for me. Like I know some people get caught up on graphics and stuff.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
want to point that out because
No, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, graphics are important. I wouldn't say the graphics are a deal breaker for me either,
No.
because 99% of the time they're fine.
yeah, and I think like
There's
you know,
no game breaking glitches.
No.
I did see an Eevee get stuck in a tree. That was funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, because it actually made it super easy for me to catch.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a Jolteon now, so that's nice.
Sweet. But yeah, I think that's the big thing I think people are going to be turned off about is like the visuals can look a little bad sometimes,
Right.
but I don't think they're anything that detracts from the overall game. I think that's something that some people are going to be more nitpicky about than others.
Right. Right.
But overall, like, and I think, you know, too, is like, I think something that we kind of talked about with this game is like this game, while it was a great game, like I think was a bit of a rush project. And I don't mean that to like insult it. It like I don't really have a lot of complaints about the game, but like Game Freak wasn't given a lot of time to work on this game.
Well, I'll tell you what, if it was a rush project, it turned out pretty great.
And that's what I'm saying is like I think like the things that maybe like you're thinking here is like, oh, I miss these aspects of it, and like, you know, I wish they would have done this, is like they're probably something that Game Freak wasn't given a lot of time by Nintendo to make this game. So I think like if this game had a little bit more time in the oven, or if they continue to make more games of the series, like I think you're going to see a lot more of that stuff that like you feel like are missing in the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like oh, there's no gym battles. Like, well, you know, I think this was a project game to like see like how the audience would react to it. So like I think like if we go this route in the future, we might see more of that incorporated in like mainline games.
Right.
So.
Right. So, most important question. Who's your starter and why?
Cyndaquil, because Cyndaquil's awesome.
I agree. Cyndaquil is definitely the best boy.
Yes.
Now,
But you can catch all the starters later.
you can.
Yeah.
You can. That is true. I'm actually at a point where I'm still early enough in the game where I'm debating, do I go out trying to find them all? Or do I wait till the end of the game? I'm really arguing with myself to see if that's possible. Yeah, but no, definitely Cyndaquil. For those of you who are Pokemon fans, if you don't know, the starter choices were Cyndaquil, who's Gen 2 Fire starter,
Yeah, Rowlet.
Rowlet, who's the Gen 7 Grass starter, and Oshawott, who was the Gen 5?
Gen 5, yeah.
Gen 5 Water starter. It seems super random. I actually watched a really interesting video on why they were chosen, and it has a lot to do with like how much meaning is mixed in with these Pokemon's designs from, like, ancient Japan, and the fact that, like, all of these, like, this game is supposed to take place in, like, a basically ancient Japan, or feudal Japan, or maybe not even feudal, but, like, yeah. So the setting is basically Sinnoh, but it's ancient Sinnoh, it's Hisui now, but it's really fun. So that being said,
By the way, the game starts with God giving you a phone.
yeah, God gives you a phone at the beginning of the game, so that's fun.
It sends you back in time.
Yeah, yeah.
For those of you who don't get that joke, Arceus is like God in this universe.
Yeah, and for some reason he gives you a cell phone and says, yeet.
Just sends you back in time.
Yeah. Woody. So basically, this is basically Sinnoh. It's got pretty much, if I'm correct and if I heard right, it's got basically the full Sinnoh decks with a few others. Do you have any idea what you're hoping your team looks like?
Dude, I honestly have no idea. I kind of got into the point where I wanted to experience the game so much for myself. It's like I didn't even plan out my team. I just kind of want to see as I go along, like who's there and who I think I'll keep and who I won't keep. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, unfortunately, I saw a lot of the trailers ahead of time, and then the game was leaked like a month ahead of time.
Like the full decks.
Oh, the full decks was leaked like a month ahead of time. So
Okay.
I did see some of the stuff. Some older Pokemon did get Hisuian forms that I really enjoy. Some of them got new evolution lines. So I think I've got my team planned out that I'm looking for. I won't tell you any of them because I don't want to spoil it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. But, Woody, so if you had to rank what you've seen of Legends Arceus so far, scale of 1 to 10 or like on a S tier ranking system thing, where would you put it?
I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. Is it a perfect game? No, but I think from what we're seeing in this game is like I think the future for Pokemon looks strong, and I am really enjoying my time with this game. So
Nice. I think I'm probably throwing it in the same area. I'd say high 8, low 9. The graphics are great. This is such a different direction for Pokemon that it's hard not to enjoy it. They gave you such a fun starter choice too. Like you're bringing back fan favorites,
right.
so you couldn't go wrong with any of them. I really think. From what I've seen, the new Pokemon that they've introduced, they all look amazing. Yeah, the emphasis on crafting, having to craft your own stuff, that brings a new...
Right.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that, but you have to actually craft a lot of your own materials in this instead of being able to stop at the store and buy them.
You can buy them, too.
You can, but... But crafting is going to be a lot cheaper for you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because money's not easy to come by. Because you don't have the opportunity of just beating up other kids in battle to take their money.
Literally how Pokemon works, beating up kids and stealing their money.
Beating up kids' pets and taking their money. Yeah, but I'm excited to play through the rest of the game and see how it goes. But that being said, I don't think I've got too many more thoughts on Arceus. Is there anything that you think you want to say to the audience left about it?
Nope. Love the game. If you love Pokemon, highly recommend it.
Yeah, if you haven't had a chance to play it yet, hope we didn't say anything that would spoil too much of it for you. I'd say get the game, give it a shot. You might not like it, that's okay. Don't hate on anybody else who is enjoying it. Get Cyndaquil because he's obviously the best starter choice. And go catch yourself a Munchlax. But until next time, I'm Josh.
I'm Brian.
And we hope you guys have a great day out there in the intraweb superhighway world. Hey guys, glad you stuck around to see if there was anything worthwhile. We'll try and make it worth your while.
Also, if you want to watch any more videos from the Undeserving podcast, you can click right here or just go on our channel.